Good day. It is Altia from the Bible in 1 year. Today we spend time in Numbers 33, Wilderness Wanderings. At first glance, this chapter seems boring, but it is written by Moses himself as a testimony of what God has done for Israel during his lifetime. In verse 2, it is recorded as the stages of Israel's journey from Egypt, the land of slavery, to the promised land of freedom in verse 1. It is also written because in the previous chapter it seems like some tribes didn't want to enter the promised land in disobedience. To escape 7-year famine, Israel was sent to Egypt. Years before, Joseph was sent by God's doing ahead of them, first as a slave, but by God's grace he becomes second in charge in Genesis 37 to 50. Israel flourished under Joseph's leadership in Egypt until the new king, who knew nothing about how Joseph came to power. God's favor rested on Israel. They increasingly become stronger until the Egyptians dread Israel. Therefore, the Egyptians enslaved Israel. God heard their cries and sent Moses and Aaron to rescue them in Exodus 1 and 2. With divine intervention, God demonstrated to Egypt and Israel through the 10 plagues that he is stronger than the gods of Egypt in verse 4. Soon after leaving Egypt, Israel forgot how God miraculously freed them from slavery. In the desert, Israel experienced firsthand God's provision for them. God provided a cloud by day to lead them the way, and by night a pillar of fire to give them light. Verse 6 and Exodus 13. Then God miraculously split the Red Sea to rescue them from the Egyptian army. Verse 8 and Exodus 14. God confirmed to Israel that he will fight for them in Exodus 14:14. At Marah, God cured the bitter waters. Verse 9 and Exodus 15. God fed them daily with manna and quail from the heavens. Verse 11 and Numbers 10 to 11 and Exodus 16. Israel triumphant over their enemies. Verse 14 and Exodus 17. Israel was fed, watered, and sustained, but sadly they refused to enter the promised land. They chose to believe the fearful report of the 10 disbelieving spies over God's promise of victory. Verse 18 and Numbers 13 to 14. Their lack of faith, rebellion, constant complaining, disobedience, fear, and unbelief evoke the wrath of God. God condemned them for 40 years of wandering in the wilderness until the unbelieving generation died off. Deuteronomy 2 verse 14. 1 year for each day the spies explored. Numbers 14 verse 34. They were judged to die before entering the promised land. Numbers 26 verse 65. Because they saw the glory and signs, yet tested him. Therefore they will not enter the promised land. Numbers 14. Moses and Aaron also died before entering the promised land because they disobeyed and failed to treat God as holy. Verse 38 and 39, Numbers 25 to 25, and Deuteronomy 32. Although cursed and wandering for 40 years, God still sustained them. Their clothes and shoes did not wear out. Deuteronomy 29 verse 5. After the generation's shift of 40 years, the new trusting generation entered the promised land under Joshua and Caleb as written up in the book of Joshua. The chapter ends with a command being given again, this time to the new trusting generations. Be sure to drive them out, destroy their idols, and eliminate all their adulterous places of worship. Verse 52 to 53. Once again, God confirmed his promise given many times before. All they needed to do was to go in obedience with faith. Verse 53. After taking in the land, they must divide the land as already established before in Numbers 26. God gave the new generation a stern warning. If they do not eliminate the inhabitants, they would rule them into adulterous, they will lure them into adulterous practices. Verse 55 to 56. This points back to the gods of Egypt. If they follow in their father's ways, turning back from following God wholeheartedly, imitates their unbelief and compromise God's will, Israel will go into exile. Wandering in the wilderness leads to nowhere slowly. It is easy to look at the giants in your life and believe the lies of Satan. God needs us to regard him as holy. It takes courage to believe in his promises and to be obedient in his word. God equips those who he calls, Hebrews 13 verse 20 to 21. Scripture will train and thoroughly equip you, 2 Timothy 3 verse 16 and 17. God does not lie. If he promises you something, he will do it. Numbers 23 verse 19 and Isaiah 55 verse 11. God's sovereign and merciful guidance will take you to where you need to go. May you be blessed. Goodbye.